So we've been working with Victor Manzanos for well over a decade now. He's an excellent winemaker. His own produce is great, but because of his connections and his rich history of his family as winemakers in the region, he's got lots of great connections and lots of access to some really good parcels of fruit. We've had some of these parcels come through before, but we wanted to actually make a real statement with them and develop them under their own brand, which is the Parcela series, which is the signature series of Victor. So this particular wine it's a parcel of Garnacha, old vine Garnacha from a single vineyard way up in the hills of northern Navarra. The old vines give the wine much more concentration. They're about 50 years old, an average age, which has given them 50 years to develop a really deep root structure. So the roots have spent that time digging deep to find the water, and in that process it's picked up lots of nutrients along the way, and it gives the wine much more character, much more complexity, lots of layers of different flavours. So you get with Garnacha, you get lots of red fruit on the nose. So you get cherry and plum, but beneath that there's another layer of spice. You're initially hit with that red fruit, but towards the end of that you get a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweet spice, and some blackberry notes as well. You could drink this wine alone. It's quite an autumnal wine, so it's quite warming, it's quite full in the mouth. Its freshness that it gets from the high altitude kind of completes it, so you don't really need to match it with food specifically. It drinks really nicely on its own, but if you did, then autumnal dishes are great too. Perhaps like a casserole or duck is a good meat to match it with. The plum really goes quite nicely with the duck.